Hey, Nee Nee, this is Josh, your son. Well, of course, your son, your only son, me. But anyway, got the whole family together, and we put together a collection of our favorite memories of you. Whether it's some of them are funny, we're gonna make you cry a little bit, we're gonna make you laugh a little bit, we're gonna bring things up that you probably haven't thought of in a while, things like that. But here are the reasons that we love you, and we wish you a happy birthday.
I love Nee because she's weird and wonderful.
One of my favorite memories from my grandma is probably when we were going through the drive-thru to McDonald's this one day. She loves Elvis a lot. And so my grandma was telling my brother how much you should be like Elvis. And he's like, no. She embarrassed my brother, started singing the Elvis song. And so my brother's like, you stop. And you could tell, like, with all the coworkers, they were all uncomfortable. But that's the type of person she is. She'll get out of her way just to make people laugh, and I think that's really awesome.
I love every single time she comes over because she always comes with like a fresh personality, and it's always good to see someone smiling around the house. I mean, everyone smiles, don't get me wrong, but it's like really cool to see her face. She always brings snacks and everything, and it's just a great time.
Where we went to McDonald's, and when we got our little food, I gave her a fry, and after she went to eat it, it burnt her, so she screamed.
My favorite memory with Nee Nee is probably me suffering all night while her Elvis posters are watching me and her sleeping with me, but it sounds like she's normal with that. And my other favorite memory is when we were going to go get food, and it was all four of us in the car, and she said Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell, and everybody made up their mind, but I can't make up my mind. And Joshua was like, get Chick-fil-A, and Toby was like, get Taco Bell. And I got nervous and overwhelmed, and I screamed Chico Bell. And then you started laughing and said I couldn't get both of them.
There was one time where she has pranked me. She wanted to go to the movies with me and my friends, and I thought she was for real about the entire thing. And then as soon as we got there, she just left. And so it was just funny because that entire way she talked about how she was going to embarrass me.
One thing I love about her is she, even though she's like been through a lot of stuff, she just went over and gave up on life, and she doesn't care who she is and what she talks about in front of people. And I love when she grabs Joshua's butt to make him laugh. It's very awkward, but it's funny.
Okay, all right. One of my funniest memories of Anita is when we were throwing, I believe it was her 50th birthday party. It was going to be a surprise. And all day, all right, you know, the family all knew that this was coming. Well, then all day, she was wearing her muumuu, her nightgown, around the house. And Nanny and Josh and I kept on trying to tell her, don't you want to change? Don't you want to? And she was like, no, I feel comfortable. I look great. And we tried doing everything possible to get her out of that muumuu so that she could be in regular clothes to attend to her surprise party. We got everybody to hide on the opposite side of the church. So then whenever she walked over, I told her I was having a meeting, and so I needed to call her, and I'm like, can you please come get the kids? You know, we need to. What does she do? She walks over in her muumuu, and she opens the door to the fellowship hall in her muumuu. No protection whatsoever. And she just walks in, and we all went, surprise! And she went, it was the funniest thing ever.
Probably the funniest though that sticks out to me is seeing you stop in the middle of the road, in the middle of a curve in Big Level after a hurricane, because there was a stop sign that Paul Brown and I put up, in the middle of the road, and you actually stopped at it. And I tried to control myself so you wouldn't think it was us, but then you turned to me and say, I guess because of the hurricane, they needed to put a stop sign here to make sure nobody hits the cows or something. So that I have never gotten over as a funny.
One thing I love about Anita is that she's always there. If I am stressed, whatever, she always, she just knows how to handle me and knows, how to handle everything, and she just wants to jump in and help and do whatever that she can. She absolutely loves her grandkids, and that makes me happy.
Always during deer season, staying home and cooking with you, and then getting to watch the wrestling events that night or whatever.
Has this crazy outlook on life. She's always has some weird thing to say about Elvis or Prince, and she's just crazy, and I love it. She's a breath of fresh air, and so it's great.
There was one time you were driving a bus, and I wasn't even in middle school yet, but you were taking the middle schoolers on the science fair or something like that, and you took me with you. And I remember that you had taken me while they were doing the science fair thing, and you bought me a Ninja Turtle character named Wingnut and Screw Loose that I got to play with. And I remember we got really, really cold on the bus, and we both had our jackets on, and we kind of snuggled on the bus until everybody got through because we were so cold. I don't know if you remember that, but it was like freezing. That's a really fond memory. I also look back on when you would take me shopping for school clothes, and that was the only thing I looked forward to because I hated school, but you took me to pick out some school clothes and things like that, and I remember trying to help you pick out dresses and stuff too. I always enjoyed that. Those are special times. There's so much to be grateful for, and obviously there's so much to love about you. I'd never be who I am without you. I know that. I just can't tell you how much I love you, how much I appreciate you. I miss you when you're not here, and end up wishing you were here the whole time. But I understand what you have to do sometimes, and I appreciate that. But you know what you want to do. You make something up in your head and you stick to it, and so I appreciate that. And I love you.